It's night time.
Yes, it is indeed. Does anyone want to do anything?
Um, Morwen's just gonna rest because she wants those spells back.
I'm gonna rest as well. Oh yeah, I can do that 2 more times. So I would have healed a few more ponies.
Okay,
Because who cares if actual combat's gonna happen? It's the ponies.
it's the ponies. Gotta love the ponies. Right. Anything else this evening, or are we good?
Yeah. Did you? Can you answer the question I put to you in chat, Ego?
Okay. Please hold Corey. Your call is important to us.
Fair
Please
enough.
hold call.
This is an important thing at the moment.
Oh, fuck it up. Right.
So I guess we're the pony saving squad now.
Pony saving squad. And
Animal rescue.
if Matthias calls the group thing, Morwen's gonna head that way. Telling Ilfrin to come along.
Yeah, so Mattis will set up his tent as always, and the alcohol will flow. There, there will probably be some more sort of tasty treats roasting on the small fire he will have inside his tent.
Learning from last time, Donovan's going to quickly grab a little bit of food before the lizard man gets at it.
It's definitely not her preferred meat, but she's going to go at the chicken again.
Yeah, it's not chicken this time. It looks like it's goose.
Goose. Okay. The bird. Done.
How many goose exactly, or geese, as the plural should be known?
There will be probably they're bigger birds.
Yeah, I know. I've eaten goose.
If he knows you're turning up, make that 6. If he knows you're turning up. he remembers what happened last night.
Tiny won't come to the meeting, but if Tiny
like
gets
7,
told about
probably,
it, he will probably come along just for the food.
Because Morwen did take an entire bird to herself before. Venom, that is. Sorry. His excuse, so he can scout forward the next day without needing too much food. There we go. Good excuses.
Yeah. Okay. So, a little soggy today, but you better get used to that. With the season changing, we'll have a bit more of irascible pests coming down on us. Questions, I believe.
Venom raises his hand and brings up the issue that he had earlier, and the suggestion that if we are to cross the river and get to our destination, he suggests a more open area in case of attacks and such, so that when he scouts forward, it's easier to spot enemies and such for the caravan.
Tomorrow we will cross one of the many paths of the Selen, and you will see how Anna and I do this. I accept we have not explained all that we do here, and we will not. But in this case, no, I have some minor knowledge of the arts, and I can affect water in a helpful manner.
He nods and he accepts this, but his second point still stands that if they are to be moving such a large caravan as this, it actually might be easier to go through the hilly, more open area rather than the forest, which is rather enclosed comparatively.
Whichever way we go, we must cross the rivers. From that perspective, it makes no difference. If we go via the forest, we have to pick up lumber for Haya's temple to be. Although we are bringing the stone, I will not pay Mivan prices for timber. And the pack animals will get shelter from the canopy of the trees, whereas otherwise out on the steppes there is no...
We already discussed this. We decided tree version. Rivers in way, whatever. Let's go.
It is true, Tiny, that we did discuss it, but I think some of our fellow experience are looking for a reassurance.
Where is reassurance? I go find it.
Well, part of the reason
Really
that
seek reassurance, Tiny.
part of the reason that we also were going through the woods was to see if we could find Yandu, I believe, as a bit of a side thing as the caravan moves on.
Yando, isn't this troublemaker? I'm not sure I want to be...
No, it wouldn't. I don't believe it would have been a entire caravan thing. It would just be a small group of us go off and see if we can find him. If not, we just join back with you guys. It was more of a didn't want to risk everybody, but if the priestess says that it is something that's important, it is something that I think we should visit.
It is important, but not yet. Find good place to hold up in area.
Though,
Then start looking for Yanda and lizard men.
The elf whose name I forgot out of game because it has 3 different names, brought up a very good point. There is a lot of things in the woods that would probably attack us. Probably less so if we go through a more open area. Areas like that. Areas like that tend to attract several fey, dangerous beasts. There was the rumor of elves eating people, or whatever.
No, I've not heard that particular rumor. I think, look, I made it clear last night, whether we go via the steppes or we go via the forest, either way there will be dangers. There are always dangers on any venture. The
That
dangers
is.
will be different, that's all. I have heard tales of giant wolves on the steppes and restless spirits. I don't know about you, but I'd rather have a crossword with an elf than with a restless spirit. If it came down to it.
Spirit like vodka?
No, not quite. Though sometimes gifts like that can help put spirits to rest if they've died just wanting another drink. Wow, that happens a lot.
He's suggesting like a spirit of vodka. It's a term.
I know. I was kind of saying no, but
I don't
Hey,
think Tiny would understand.
Yeah. But no, spirits like the whole, like, can go through
Well,
people
whatever.
and aid you insides till you die. Sometimes they can throw you with
Whatever.
mines,
We've
sometimes...
already discussed this.
Okay.
We said let's go by forest. Yes, more people, but people more likely to talk rather than have to be disemboweled.
Well, I mean, you can often talk things out with spirits as well.
1 minute, guys. Man. I'm back.
So, are we saying that we're not sure about the decision we made last night?
I was
choice.
just saying that I would be able to scout forward easier and provide better intel if it were a more open area. I guess I don't mind either way, as choice really is up to the group. But I was just throwing in my 2 cents.
Well, look, we need to go to see a group of lumberers I know, woodcutters, to pick up the wood for Haya's temple. Once we've done that, then we can presumably decide if we want to continue going in, skirt along the edge, or take our chances with the steps. There are dangers either way, as I said last night. But we need the lumber, whatever the case. We will not find out the steps.
Well,
Assuming you still want your temple, of course. Well, hi, do you still want your temple?
well, I guess that's settled.
Look,
So, anything else they want to do during the night? Is that a no?
Wait, what? Who? When? Potatoes?
Has anybody got anything else they want to do tonight?
No. Ilfrin and Vanham are gonna go rest.
Okay.
Fair enough then. Tomorrow morning.
Yes, indeed. A new day dawns,
Dun 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 dun.
and it does not take long for probably by mid-morning. The front of the caravan reaches the banks of a tributary of the Stellum, probably About 60 foot across.
Roughly how deep is it, Ego?
Um, you think it varies, as is the way with rivers. So it's probably going to be deepest in the middle, and then shallower on
Yeah,
the
but how
edges.
deep is it in the middle?
You got to find out.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to make a swim check?
No, I'm not going to swim. Xana's going to fly over there and look down.
Okay, she flies over and looks down. I'm struggling to see how this will magically let you know how.
Yeah, she's got a stick. A little thing with a big stick. Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, he's got a stick. He
He's
can
got
do
a
pretty
stick.
much anything.
Why didn't you say so earlier?
Sorry, I put it in her character sheet.
She has a stick.
The
So-
almighty stick will tell all.
It
Don't
will.
you dare.
So just humour me for a moment here. How long is the stick?
5 feet roughly.
5 feet. How big is she?
Good point, but still.
Oh no, those annoying little points.
Mm.
Hmm.
Carrying
So-
capacity with a thingy bamboo would be how much would that weigh?
So, just in the interest of wanting to progress this line of inquiry of yours, Tiny would know that the best way of finding it probably is by him swimming.
Without him.
Otherwise, you're gonna have a tough time figuring out how deep it is.
Fair enough. Tiny will wait for everybody else to catch up.
Okay. Um. Okay. You see Matthias and Anna are in conversation. Anna talks to the Teamsters, and
Matthias, how deep is river?
Probably 20, 30 feet in the middle.
Thank you, Matthias. Walks to the edge of the river and scrabbles up the ground a bit and disappears.
Okay. Anna and the Teamsters organise like a semi-circle of kind of the wagons in the caravan at this point, and some of the Teamsters start getting out happily dry crossbows that they have clearly stashed away and start loading them. And Anna starts leading a set of ponies carrying one of the wagons towards the edge of the banks, whilst being covered by probably 5 or 6 crossbows.
how long will it take for Ty to cross the river?
What's your swim speed, dude?
He's not swimming. He's digging.
So what's your dig speed?
Good point. I need to remember that. He's going down first, so about 25 to 30 feet.
So I've said it's about 60-foot cross.
Yeah. He's got a 15-foot dig speed.
I
Devil move, 30 foot.
Okay.
So a few
Then
rounds. But
You are digging. Sorry. Yes, Donovan?
I'm going to, as like if I was trying to figure out what to do, kind of like help some of the merchants, levitate some people up a little bit, using telekinesis, gently push them towards the other end, and take some of their goods and kind of just like do that as well.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Matthias has has a scroll tube which he's now untying.
Morwin
Mm-hmm.
asks if Morwin picks a large chunk of area. How big is the river, you said?
60 foot across.
60 feet across. I cast Create Ice in a 15 length and then cast it all the way across and start spreading lots of dirt along it. Dirt, leaves, stuff to get a grip on. And it's a cantrip, so...
Okay.
So it's just a 15-foot wide bridge that I'm making.
Okay.
If you use the rules for supporting, like ice supporting things, like in the quick freeze item, it can support up to 200 pounds, I believe, if you use that rule. But
Yep.
I'm not sure
Which
if
is enough for people, pretty much.
But I'm not sure if it generates that much with Create Ice. Is the difference?
Yeah.
Well, it's a 5-foot square of ice.
No, it's not like a 5 feet. Like it's a sheet of ice, not a large,
Not big
thick.
of ice. Yeah.
The ice melts into roughly 16 gallons of water. So I mean, it's a lot of ice. It is really fucking thick. You think it's this small little thing? It's not. It weighs 120 pounds, according to the description. It's a lot of ice. That's a huge block of ice. So, I mean, it can support a person if I make a bridge of it. It melts in roughly an hour. And if it's 60 feet across, I can cast 12 of them in a minute. That means I can create 3 rows of them in 3 minutes. Making a 15-foot wide, 60-foot long bridge across the water for people to get across. It's 120 pounds. It's really thick. I live in Alaska. I know what this is.
How are you going to build it?
I cast the ice next to the shore for the ice to get a grip on it. I cast another one right next to it, and then another one right next to it, and then I step on the ice, and I continue doing this. Just keep going.
Okay.
Looking at Quick Freeze, it does describe it as a sheet of ice.
Fine.
So that might.
It's a third party spell, Klaus.
I know, but I'm trying to like find rules that might apply to it.
Right. Okay. Okay. What Vanim will notice, and obviously, the rest of you are seeing some of these displays of sorcerous power. What becomes clear to Vanim after probably the fourth casting is that whilst you have the bulk, purchase is going to be a problem. So starting it from the bank, that ice, that's fine. But once you start going out into the river and you're starting to get current hit the ice, that's a lot of pressure. And that's, I'm not saying it's not doable.
I also have Mage Hand as a cantrip.
Yeah, I am saying that it's going to require quite a bit of focus on your part.
Then I mean like 30 minutes, which I mean...
Sorry?
Then I mean like 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just like multiply the time by 10, which would be enough for people to get across.
And
still.
It's probably going to require, you to be basically maintaining the bridge. So you're going to have to generate the bridge in such a way that you've almost got your own path and then you've got the main thoroughfare. Because what's going to happen is, if you can imagine the weight of the water, yeah, it's about leverage. So what's going to happen is when you build the ice from the bank, that ice is super fine. And when you start reaching towards the center, that's when pressure's going to bear down on it. And that's where you're going to have to spend a lot of time casting it. Just remind me, cantrips, there's no limit to them, is that right?
There's no limit to them. I can use Create Ice and Mage Hand all the time.
Okay.
I'm just calmly floating people over.
No, that's fine.
I don't have telekinesis. I mean, I could, but I don't.
I understand that. Okay, your use of telekinesis.
It would be the sustained force, just moving them slightly. I could, throw them across, but I don't want to hurt people.
Throw them across, they zoom at 1,000
would take
miles an hour, they splat.
It would take a lot less time if I threw them, but...
Yeah, probably unwise. Probably unwise.
That would be quite unfortunate.
What are the limits on your use of the telekinesis, Donovan?
I will message you that real quick.
I believe he has it as an at-will thing.
Well, let's see.
I'm just saying I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Does Tiny make it across okay?
And if I manage to be able to hold this for people, I'll let people cross, just biding my time, keeping the ice held.
Okay. I'd like 3 dex checks from Bannon, please.
Oh my gosh, that 9 though.
I'll be right back. I think I just heard somebody come in.
Okay. Pyre and Sakel, whilst you're getting these other displays of arcane ability, you will observe Matthias effectively reading from scroll, and this creates a bridge across the river. Which Anna then looks to use and organise the Teamsters to then drive the wagons across. He kind of shakes the scroll case in your direction, higher, as if to provide an answer. The Teamsters with the ponies, who are slightly impatient and decide to use the ice bridge. The first few got across, but then near the centre, the weight of the river cracked the ice, and a couple of ponies with their load, and probably a teamster.
Oh, I was only saying people, not ponies.
Yeah, ponies weigh like a lot.
Yeah, no, it would literally crack as soon as the ponies stepped onto the onto the shore.
People, well, so I'll leave it to any of the player characters.
I would be the one getting the
Guards,
ponies to put
people.
across.
So for the purposes of the NPCs, their livelihood is the ponies. So if the ponies can't cross it, they're not going to.
No, like I would be the one crossing the ponies over with my stuff, because I would be able to do that.
I mean, like you said, there's guards, right?
Hang on, he's just created a bridge. I mean, fair enough. The ice thing had me. I dug underneath the river. People have got across. He's just created a bridge.
Mm-hmm. He has created a bridge. I mean, nothing else is going across it apart from the wagons, because clearly that's the priority.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, guards, people who aren't currently, crossing, can cross via the ice.
The guards are effectively guarding the crossing. Those that aren't are in the wagons with the crossbows, with Anna. So the idea is that they guard each bank, because that's basically where they're vulnerable if they get attacked during the crossing. So there won't be any guards that go across it. If ponies could go across it, then yeah, there'll be some impatient teamsters who won't fancy waiting, and they'll take the opportunity.
If they want to try, they're more than happy to. I won't stop them.
But, like I said, they probably will until the thing cracks in the middle, and then a teamster and a couple of ponies will probably fall in.
Having shown my my ability to use magic, I'm gonna shapeshift into a bird and just fly as the ice breaks.
Okay.
It shouldn't be too unusual for an elf. A magic elf to shapeshift, if anything.
Hey, you seem to be in pretty good sorcerer's company here. So,
druids are things.
So I'm gonna take advantage of this new little insight that people may assume, and I'm gonna shapeshift into a bird.
Yeah. The wagons cross over. They create like a semicircle perimeter. You see basically kind of the crossbowmen kind of covering that bank. For those of you who've not seen before, Anna is standing up. She's got some strange kind of metal, like a huge belt, and then she's got some metal rods, almost creating like a tripod effect on her right hip, and then attached to her right hip is this kind of mixture of wood and gleaming metal. It's about 5 foot.
Would Tiny
Well-
recognise it for what it is?
You'll recognise it from when you met her the first time, if you remember your prologue.
Yes, I do remember my prologue.
Oh.
Fair enough. I just wondered if I'd seen it before, as in.
Yes, it's the thing you saw during your prologue.
Right.
Sakel may have some inkling as to what it does, but he's never seen, even with the iron wings, he never saw one that size before. I'm not sure whether Morwin will know, but Ilfrin will probably kind of whistle in a kind of ooh, having an inkling on what it might be. Important.
I will land on Ilfrin's shoulder and ask him then.
Looks like something for my lady from Numeria.
Numeria?
Oh.
Ooh, fancy stuff is fancy. Cold.
So take it Tiny gets across the river, no trouble. You go.
Tiny does indeed get across the river.
Right.
Somewhat smelly and muddy, but yeah. The once all the wagons have gone over, the teamsters drive the ponies across the bridge.
Donovan, after doing that much magic, is just gonna like crawl onto one of the wagons and take a nap.
Okay. Please sleep soundly.
Cold. Cold.
You cross successfully. Matthias makes some comment along the lines of, you see, it was nothing to fear. Anna and I have done this plenty of times before.
Yes, it wasn't entirely two people that you haven't had before.
Your help was appreciated.
I'm still asleep. That was just like an out-of-game comment.
Quite interesting with the attempt at an ice bridge. It would probably work better on some of the other parts of the cellar than this one. This one near Miven is fast flowing. Some of the wider ones, though, that have a much slower current, I imagine it would have worked.
Venom takes that under account and remembers that tidbit of info.
Shall we move on? You progress in this manner for another couple of days. Come across another river crossing. This one's probably 40 foot across. But probably as fast flowing. Mattis and Anna repeat the same logistics. Clearly, this is something that they are used to doing. How many of those scrolls Mattias has is a question, of course. And you continue on your journey. Is there anything people want to do over the next few days as the land snake winds its way.
Continue to make sure that the ponies aren't eaten.
Okay. That does not seem unreasonable.
Scout again. See if you can find anything to eat.
Morwen's Venom's gonna transform into a
Join
bird and also.
friends with Anna and Matthias. Raise the ranks with them.
Raise the
Your relationship thing. I want to raise the rank or companion points or whatever it is with them, Matthias and Anna.
oh, alright.
I completely forgot about that system.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how it works. I'm just doing that with them anyway.
Yeah, so very briefly as an aside, aside from combat, which I would recommend you guys refamiliarize yourselves with, just accept the fact that I'm very much going to take a steady as she goes approach with the rest of the rules. I've already said that I'm not happy with downtime. Apart from downtime, though, everything else I'm broadly comfortable with. I don't really want to touch the rules apart from downtime this year. I think we've all had enough of rule changes.
So, are you using the ranks or not?
No, we are. No, we are.
Okay.
Yeah, I just said I'm not.
Right.
I'm not gonna. I'm not.
So how do those friendship things work?
So I provided the PDFs. People.
I read it and it was there, but understanding it was a whole nother thing that I just couldn't get into.
That was kind of the same deal for me.
Right. Okay. So the way it works is that you if you're generating a character, you can generate a character that has ranks of relationships with an NPC. And that basically provides a foundation for the strength of that relationship and what each party feels is reasonable to ask the other. After character generation, the idea is you then develop those ranks with NPCs in game. So, for example, several of the other PCs have ranks in their relationship with Bokken because they've spent quite a bit of time in his company now. He's not an easy person to get to know, but where the relationship is now is, were they to ask him for something, he probably might be forthcoming, depending what it was.
If he's capable of providing.
Capable of providing it. And whether he'd ask in reciprocation would probably have more to do with his personality than, if you like, they're not being a strength.
So really it's just ranks to become a little bit friendlier with NPCs.
Can we get ranks with animals? Say somebody in, theory, not like I'm totally not going to use this, but if they have, speak with animals, and they're just like, yo, hey, host, how you doing? And they just, chat them up, and, they heal the broken host legs.
No, you can't use diplomacy or things like that on animals. It does say in the diplomacy rules in the basic guide.
But there is speak with animals.
You have to use animal handling.
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean he can't become friends with the animal.
Yeah. I'm not, trying to teach him tricks or anything. I'm just
asking. He wasn't asking if he can use diplomacy on the animal. That'd be retarded.
I just want to, have a good relationship with horses.
No, I understand. So that is a handle animal check.
What?
There's a difference between... So the way Paizo have ruled this is most animals have an intelligence score below 3. Once a creature has an intelligence score of 3 or above, it has a sufficient level of self-awareness that you can now treat it more akin to an NPC rather than an animal.
But I also have speak with animals if that helps. It's just
No, I get that.
Okay.
I get that. The point, I guess, the point is they within the rules there's something called awakened. Yeah, so it's a 5th level druid spell, I think, that they can cast on an animal and what it does is it raises the consciousness of that animal, which then allows you to have a different qualitative relationship.
They become noble animals.
Yeah, they become, and so
Well, that's the actual word of
Yeah.
it. They're an actual species. They become noble animals.
so.
But yes, handle animal. Let me just. I'm really happy I invested in that item that increases charisma-based skills.
Handle every animal.
Yes.
Do it.
So like as I go through, I like patch him up, I like chat him up like a doctor would. Just kind of be like, "Hey Frank, how's the kids?"
That's my point. That they don't.
They don't have the intelligence to respond, unfortunately.
Let me find speak with animal stuff real quick. Hold on.
I guess Venom. I'll use one of my ranks with Matthias, I guess, because
you can ask questions.
He had a friendly disposition, and because of my prologue,
Yeah, so I think all of you, could have rank 1 with Mattis. Yeah, I mean he's an affable, larger than life character, and all of you have had some form of dealings with him that's beyond just having a drink.
And okay, so how many of these points do we have currently as a 4th level character? I'm gonna go back in and read it because
So what in the cat's generation, what I've said is, here's your bootstrap that you get when you generate the character. So, and I can't remember how many kind of points you get. And then what I've said is, once you've generated the character, you then develop it in play. So Matthias, you're not having to use character generation for. He's an NPC that you've developed a relationship with in play.
Oh, okay. So
What?
we just kind of have that one. I
Yeah,
guess.
The ranks are in character generation are basically for the people you could work for. So for me, it would be the Oak Wards and possibly the Druids in that area, possibly Xana, my companion.
So I guess for Miven, I guess for Morwyn, it would be for people in Miven. I don't know. She's been there a long time.
Yeah. So if you think of contacts that Morwyn might have, certainly Ilfrin would have. it's those people basically that those NPCs in the game world you already have a relationship with when you start playing, and then
thank you.
And then after that, it's about providing a very simple mechanical system to just to provide a point of reference between you and an NPC. To represent, if you like, the strength of the bond, and what that might mean in terms of game terms. It's more than just.
It's really to just establish our foothold in the world, really, if anything.
Yeah.
It works.
But,
it's nice.
The thing with Speak with Animals is you can ask questions of and receive answers from animals. That doesn't make them more friendly than normal. I'm trying to get them to the point where, if I ask them for like a favor or a service, they're gonna do it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're still not kind of grasping this class. They are not the way it works. They are not self-aware.
I know, but it just says if it's friendly towards me, then it may do some sort of favor or service for me in the spell.
So basically what he's saying is, despite it not having the intelligence required to respond, he's using his spell to establish a slight relationship of it becoming a little more friendly than it is with other people.
I get it. I don't want assumptions being made on the strength of that foundation. That's all.
I mean,
I am going through and like fixing all the legs and making sure that they don't get eaten like their friends. Whether or not they understand that their friends get taken away to be eaten is a different matter. It's just
It could
Okay.
be a
Don't
it
mind
could be
me
a pretty
just talking.
powerful favor depending on what he asks.
Don't mind me,
Like,
people
hey,
just
can
talking.
you get me away from here?
It's just like a don't mind me, people. I'm just gonna talk to the horses.
Later.
Forget you people.
Understood. So in the next few days of the travel, does anyone want to do anything? Do people want to speak to either Anna or Matthias on a subject? I mean, Matthias will do his normal kind of treating
Venom.
giant friggin' tent like a pseudo court. So obviously, if there are things you want to ask him, he will probably mention to Hire or remind Hire of the conversation they had a few days ago about the need to look a little bit more foresty.
Venom will strike up a conversation with Anna, just kind of inquiring, such like where, if it's okay for him to ask where she acquired that fancy little item she has, merely out of pure curiosity.
We've all got a past, and I've got mine. Not
Okay.
everything I took from it has left me well, but at least I managed to grab this. Saved my life and Matthias's a few times.
That's a curt answer. Thank you for, I guess. He's gonna go off and eat, and then heal some of the horses, and then go to bed.
Okay. All right. The land starts to change after you leave the second. Once you cross the second river, it's getting a bit more sort of firmer of foot. The teamsters are definitely happier. It's getting a little hillier, but nothing major. Nothing's kind of going to cause any kind of problems to the wagons. And something that, of course, Maureen already knows. You start after a couple of days. You start to, in the distance, just start to see the vague, hazy outline of some trees. This must be the infamous Nile marches ahead. And I'm going to call it a day there, because I know that Downfall needs to go now.